Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to Bma's Crafty Corner. I am Bma, better known as Els, and we're working on a floofy pink journal. Yeah, it's floofy, which is my way of saying that it's girly. I would appreciate it if you do not put your butt down on my bagel. Okay, so we're going to just start getting stuff out here because we got to catch up. We got a lot of work to do here. Yeah, we are so far behind on this one. You need to go. Go on, get down. Move. Down, please. Down. Thank you. Go on. No, you're not eating my bagel. I swear. That cat is like, oh, food, it must be for me. I don't know why I picked up all this washi tape yesterday. There's so much of it. There we go. Okay, washi tape. String on there. Okay. All right. So, I think we have like 7 pages left to do here. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 7 pages. All right. So this is where we are. Lots of writing space, lots of writing space, lots of writing space. So I like to keep the writing space. I don't like to, you know. All right, I'm going to get my allergy pill. I have decided that on day 5 now of rain, I'm going to build an ark because I have a feeling that Vegas is just going to float away. We're not built for rain, We're just not. There is like no way that Las Vegas is built for rain. We're built for dry, heat, pools, not mud. Yeah, what a mess. I see you reaching up there trying to steal it. You're not getting my bagel. Oh, bad kitty. Yeah. It has been raining for 5 days. And we've gone past the rain and we've gone to the, but it's still rain. And Vegas just is not designed for it. Now, don't get me wrong, we can use it. Certainly can use it. But when you have land, like we do, that doesn't get rain, and then you have this stuff called caliche, which is, it's like a hard clay, and it's only about, 6 inches down, 7 inches down. Hey, Jamie. Rain just sits on the top. So yeah, so we have like, this is day 5. And like I said, Vegas is not built for this. Like, we have no idea what we're doing. We have the F1 race coming this weekend. And here we are. 2nd year we've had it. And maybe 3rd, I don't know. Yeah, this might be the 3rd year. And again, they've stopped preliminaries for it because, they're letting them run to, become accustomed to the track. And what a disaster. Because again, this year, we have maintenance covers. Most people call those manholes. Yeah, Janie's getting it too. Janie's not in a place where it's designed for it. Although I'm going to give them this. They have more grass and stuff than we do. You have to remember. And it's two different deserts. That's the weird thing. Janie lives in one desert and I live in another desert. Even though you drive from one to the other, you think it's the same thing, but it's not. They're totally different deserts. Janie lives in a desert, the Sonoran Desert, where they get downpours and it's monsoon. So you can actually see it building into the sky and then boom, it drops and it goes away. For some reason, because of where we sit, we're much higher than them. Vegas is kind of like closer to Northern California than it is to Southern California, just because of the way that the state is. And so like our water, we get it comes in from the ocean and from Northern California. So if it rains in Northern California, if it makes it over the mountains, wow. It just like yesterday we got 12 inches of snow on the mountain. We don't get snow on the mountain until like December. We've got 12 inches of snow on the mountain that fell just yesterday, and it's snowing today. So yeah, so it's like really weird and awkward, and we've got way more precipitation than we normally get, and the city just has no idea how to handle it. The county has no idea how to handle it, and so yeah, so we're drowning. We are drowning, people. It's not fun. And like I said, the race is here. The F1 is here. And that's causing, the rain is causing all kinds of problems for that. And because of the way the rain falls in Vegas and the way that everything is designed here, and we live in a bowl, it all goes down to the center of the county. Well, of this part of the county, because the Clark County is huge. But yeah, so it all ends up on the strip. If it rains in Vegas, that water all ends up on the strip. And it floods a lot of the properties down there. Like they had to build up the fountains at the Bellagio, because if it rains real heavy, everything falls into that fountain. And if it goes into the fountain, then it gets into the pump system, and then it causes a huge mess, and da 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 da. And so they went in and they had to go in and fix the Bellagio fountains so that it wouldn't happen. And it still happens. Try and balance all these pages. So, yeah, what a disaster. I just don't, I keep looking at that and it just doesn't fit. I don't know why it's in this set. It doesn't match anything else. But yeah, day 5. Day 5 of pretty consistent rain. Not like downpour kind of rain, but still, a decent amount of rain. What are we doing up here? I don't know. Okay, well, that was the end of that. It's a good thing I glue. All right, we're going to glue this washi tape on here. It's the last bit of it. Pull it off the roll, so we're going to use it. Dang it, I really liked this washi tape too. It's pretty. It was just enough. Like barely. Just enough. Thank you. It's Floofy. It's fluffy. Oh God, it is fluffy. It's fluffy. Ink. Use some ink. I have to keep reminding myself that I have to put ink on things. Otherwise, I end up inking half a journal and the other half is not inked. Then I have to go back and ink the stuff that I didn't ink because you can't take the ink off, but you can add it. So we have flooding in numerous underpasses. And here's the thing. Vegas doesn't have train service anymore, but we still have train tracks. And so we still have like train trestle bridges and stuff like that. And those are flooding. Underneath them is flooding. And yeah. I think we're going to put some kind of I'm going to put a rose on that. Let's see if we've got one that I want to use. I don't want to get this whole thing down. Let me just grab what I need. Sorry about that. Okay. Pink. Red, pink. We're going to use this one. Scissors. There we go. Yeah, it's just, wow, what a disaster out there. So yeah, we have, and then nobody knows how to drive in the rain. Heaven forbid they should know how to drive in the rain. 2 nights ago, we actually had an accident. It was not an accident. I mean, they're saying, accident. But I'm sorry, it's not an accident. It was a kid, 19 years old. He's had several speeding tickets and continues to drive like an idiot in the rain. And here's the thing about Vegas and rain in our streets. Because it does not rain here, we have caliche at less than 6 inches throughout most of the valley. When it rains, the rain pretty much sits on the surface. And dumb kid was going about 60 miles an hour in a 45 mile an hour zone, where in the rain he should have been driving 35 to 40 miles an hour. Most people know this. Slow the hell down when you're in the rain. Careened into a bunch of cars at a light. 2 people dead, 4 people sent to the hospital in critical condition, plus additional injuries. They arrested him because, of course, he pretty much walked away from it. Um, but it's not his first trip to the rodeo. You know, he's had a few moving violations. How he still has a license, I don't know. I think that anybody under 25 should have like a provisional license where, like, if you between 16 and 25, if you get any kind of a moving violation that is speeding, failure to yield, running a red light, you know, those kinds of things, like major traffic infractions, I think that there should be a special point system for that. And that, you know, at 25, you get your standard license. And if you have these things, you can lose your right to have a license, period. Period. That's a privilege, you know? I think that, you know, they should do some kind of a provisional thing. I don't know, 18 to 20, you know, 16 to 20. It's only 4 years. So for 4 years, if you get, you know, as a junior driver, as a provisional driver, and they do this in other countries, if you get speeding tickets, if you get running red lights or running stop signs, failure to yield to pedestrian, failure to yield to emergency vehicles, if you get those kinds of things racked up, you have a special point system on that provisional license. And if you do those stupid things and you're consistently doing them, they will take away your right to have a license until you're 25. So from 16 to 20, you kind of have to behave yourself. Once you hit the edge of provisional at 20, you're fine. Don't be stupid, because you can still lose your license. But if you can't do, you know, if you can't be on the road and be a responsible driver between 16 and 20 years of age, then you don't expect to get your license before you're 25. They'll take it away from you. It's like a 5-year furlough. You don't get your license for 5 years. That is the way other countries handle it. Here in the US, we just hand them out to teenagers, like, you know. And I have one myself. The big brain boy, he got his license. He almost had a head-on collision with me. Right here at the end of our street. I was making a left off of a major street to come up our street, turning onto the left-hand side. There was something on the right-hand side, so he just decided to go to the left-hand side, and he didn't even slow down and shot right out. Didn't even stop to see if there was any traffic or anything, and kept going. And he missed me by maybe 2 feet. And when I chewed on his ass about it, he was like, sounds like a you problem. No, that is not acceptable. And subsequently, he got 2 speeding tickets and like 3 accidents or 4 accidents in a year. Now he doesn't drive anywhere because he works from home, but good Lord. Like, in 1 year as a young driver, he got more tickets and accidents than I've had in my entire driving career. I think there should be some kind of provisional where they have to, like, you know, they have to behave themselves for X amount of time before they get a full license. And I think that provisional license should be like, they can't drive between certain hours. Like, no matter what, unless you are coming home from work or going to work, or there's an emergency, like you're going to the hospital, you're driving somebody to the hospital who's in imminent danger. Other than that, I don't think you should be allowed to drive after like 10 o'clock at night and before like 6 o'clock in the morning. There's no reason for that 8 hours a day that those kids need to be out there on the road. No reason. Just my say. But you know what? I vote. So get it together. Get your shit together, people. You know, I could put this on here and leave it up. But what's it going to look like on the other side? Stupid. Okay. I really believe that, you know, we should give out provisional licenses. And, you know, even as an adult, if you do something stupid, I think you should get a provisional license. Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to have the races this weekend. Because if it continues to rain, I can't imagine that that's going to be safe for it. Not even a matter of being safe. It is a matter of losing millions of dollars worth of vehicles. Because those F1 cars are like a couple of million a piece. And yeah, I know they're, you know, they're big companies behind them, but I can't imagine that most of them would want to take the risk. I don't know what the protocols are for, you know, we have a big storm. There's lots of rain. The ground is wet. I don't know what the protocols are for that. I don't know if they would call it anyway, you know. But if it's as bad as it's been, I would think that they should. I mean, they picked Vegas because it's dry. You know, there's not a lot of water here. But then again, too, you would also think that the city would, you know, after the first year with the manhole covers coming up, you would think that the city would go, we should probably do something about that. And if we don't, you know what to do, maybe we could talk to one of the other, you know, states or countries that do these races, because they got Long Beach. It's 7 hours away, 45 minutes if you fly. And Long Beach has the Grand Prix. They've had it for 40 years, 50 years. And they run F1 cars there as well. And, you know, Formula Ones. So maybe they could have gone up to Long Beach and said, and they do street racing, and say, you know, what do we have to do to make this work? And get, you know, input, knowledge, an understanding of how it works. I don't know. Maybe get some smarts in their heads. Nope. Oh, no. They haven't done any of that. And we have manhole covers popping up all over the city. It's like Stormin' Norman out there, I'm telling you. That's an oldie but goodie. It's ridiculous. We've got manhole covers popping up all over the racetrack. We've got water flooding the strip. And we're going to have, like $1 billion worth of race cars flying around down there. And I'll tell you what, we can hear them up here. And I live about as far from the strip as you can get. I live up in the Summerlin area, which is basically it's a totally different town reality. Like between me and the strip is North Las Vegas, but I'm in Vegas. Right, I need to round this corner. So that means I'm going to round this one because I'm going to put this thing on there and it looks stupid with that little piece of little Chad hanging out up there. Let's see. Oh, see, that's better. I don't have that little piece of white back there. All right, so we're going to put this on. Yeah, it's wow. You would just think. But this is Vegas. And, if it doesn't have anything to do with the casinos, Vegas doesn't want to do a damn thing about it. I mean, we had that accident, and the cops are out there going, we're going to continue to crack down on these drivers. No, they're not. Where I live, there's a street right behind me. It's 6 lanes across. 7 if you count the turn lane in the middle. So it's a fairly large street. But this section of it is not overly traveled. Like, there's a busy street here, okay? That side of it gets a lot of traffic. But as people come down, you can watch them all day long. They make lefts and they make rights, but very few go through the light because this is mostly residential through here. Even though it's a bigger street, it's mostly residential. There is a police substation a mile up the road from this intersection. A mile. Yet, that's where kids come to race their cars. They actually block the only other major street between this street and where it pretty much dead ends into a residential neighborhood. There's only 2 lights. One of them gets almost no traffic. The other one gets traffic, but they go down and they block it off. They actually park their cars there and just sit when they're doing it. And they race up and down the street. And the cops are aware of it, but they don't go do a damn thing about it. At the intersection right there, where it's a smaller street that just has a light on it, they do donuts all night long. We hear them. There's 2 elementary schools within 200 feet of that intersection. But they're not doing it, during the day, so. But there's a seniors rehab right there on that corner. And some of those cars have spun out and ended up in that parking lot, and they don't do a damn thing about it. Nothing. And yet they're going to sit there and go, well, we're cracking down on it. No, you're not. No, you're not. This is Vegas. If it's not about the casinos and there's nobody with a gun, y'all aren't doing crap about it. Like, you ask anybody who lives in Vegas, we are totally abandoned by our local police. They don't do crap. There was a situation I don't know, what was it? Probably about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, in the housing subdivision across from us. And I guess some guy got in a fight with somebody over by the base. And shots were fired or whatever. But he managed to come up here and hide in his family's home. And, well, I mean, he didn't hide, but, he came up here to his family's home, I'm assuming in the hopes that he would be able to hide. And so the cops came up, and we had all the cops from that area of town that had chased him up here. All the cops in between. We had some North Las Vegas officers because he came through North Las Vegas to get from the base to here. We had the area command here. We had the SWAT. They had the hostage negotiation team. They had like 4 fire trucks, 5 or 6 ambulances. This was all for one guy. One guy. But half the damn city didn't have police anywhere in it because they're all up here. And where were they? Were they standing over by his house? Were they anywhere near him? No. I have a walking park that runs between our residential area, the walking park, the street, and where this guy was across that street. This is the end of the walking area. So there's like this big loop, and then it meanders down for about, I think it's a half-mile track. All of the cops are parked on this street, hanging out in this park, just standing around shooting the crap. Well, there's one hostage negotiator talking to this guy. And then, a couple of SWAT guys flying drones and stuff. It was stupid. Stupid. So like half the city doesn't have police while y'all are up here standing around twiddling your thumbs going, I don't know if there's we think he might be in there. I think his dog's in there with him. We should probably see if the dog's okay. Oh my God, send in a dog. Send a cop up to the door, get a police dog, kick the door in, tell the dog to go get him. He'll come right out, guaranteed. But nope, we're going to stand around and twiddle our thumbs and floof and preen and, oh my God. It got so bad, a food truck. There's a medical center right at the corner, and there's a big parking lot right before you hit that park. A food truck pulled in. And the cops were over there getting coffee. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Yep. Only in Vegas. It was hysterical. It's like all of this for one guy. And then after they had been out there for about 5 hours with, all of these people, they discovered that he had taken an overdose and was passed out in there. Like they're out there yelling at him and, talking to him, well, we heard your dog Chewy was in there with you. Oh. Come to find out, the guy is higher than Hades and totally passed out. He's probably been passed out for a few hours. And so they transported him down to the hospital. And discharged him to the police. So yeah, hours and hours and hours just to find out the guy was passed out. It was stupid. Yeah, so if you want to do something bad and you don't want to get in trouble for it, come to Vegas. The cops won't even acknowledge that you exist. Oh my God. Oh my God. And that is why I don't DoorDash anymore. That is exactly why I don't DoorDash anymore. Yeah, if you want to commit a crime and you want to get away with it, Vegas is the place to do it. That should be our new slogan. Commit a crime, get no time. Should be our new motto. Because oh my God. I don't want to use that. I want a pocket. I want a pocket. You know, like a big pocket. Okay, let's see. So we'll go 4 3/4. Let me see what I got here. Like this. Is that going to be? Yeah. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? No. Commit a crime, do no time. That should be Vegas's. Because, yeah. I mean, you have to think, for the longest time, our mayor was a mafia attorney. You know, he traveled with Bombay Gin and Showgirls. So, you know, reality says that, you know, we should have. I gotta tell you, Janie, this is the strangest chat box I've ever seen. One word. All right, so I'm gonna get this finished because I'm hoping that Wednesday we can just tie it all together and we can get on to doing stuff that's fun because I'm over these journal things. You know? I need a break. All right, we're gonna glue that on there. I'm gonna test fit this though. Yes, need to round the corner because I rounded the corner on the page. Yeah, everybody's out to lunch. Well, that's why I come on at this time of day. In case, you know, people do go to lunch, so that they can, you know, have something to hang out and do while they're at their lunch. And sometimes I get like, there'll be 40 people in here. And then some days there's nobody, you know, so, but I don't do this live for me. I do it for everybody else. So that's why I hang out. Everybody knows I'll be here for at least an hour. And, you know, I've only been here 40 minutes. So I have some time left. And so, you know, I can sit here and be a weirdo. More importantly, I can get this journal finished. All right, so now I'm going to glue this pocket down. Pocket. Because I want to be able to put a journal card and a tag or two in here. I'm gonna get a freaking paper cut doing this. Because I got glue and I was trying to wipe it off down there, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna hurt. I'm trying to give myself a paper cut. Yeah, right? Okay. Now, we have, see, we could do a journal card in here. We could do a tag. We could even do like a smaller tag. I think I like that. I like that idea. Like a journal tag and a couple of little tags. Journal card, some tags. Need something at the top. What's it going to be? No. No. Yes. Okay. Oh, only 2 pages left. And then, crap, I might have enough time to put this in today. There. Okay. Let me see. So we have 2 pages left. All right. I know I want to use this. Put that on the other side. I'm going to put this down here and use it as a tuck. Glue. Glue is helpful when you want to tuck stuff in. You know. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, and then everything in Vegas is blooming. Jamie, are you getting that down there? Like weird stuff blooming at weird times because of the rain and the weird temperatures? Or is that just my freaking desert doing that? Because I'm ready to. Ooh. Oh yeah, yeah. And it's so like allergy. We had I remember Halloween. On Halloween, my new daughter-in-law, it was the first holiday after they got married. She wanted to be a part. Like she was making cookies. She was going to go up and like actually get to know her sister-in-law. They were going to go out, hang out, and take the kids trick-or-treating and all of this. And it's difficult because Lily is much younger than Alex's kids. I mean, Shaylee's going to be 18 and Lily's 9, so there's like a big difference there. But there's 6 years between Alex and her brother, so that makes sense. But the new wife, she wanted to come up, she wanted to make cookies, and she was going to hang out, and she was going to take the kids out trick-or-treating with her sister-in-law. And she's never been married. This is like she wanted to be a part of this family. And the allergies hit her so bad. My son said she was in the kitchen trying to make cookies and she had tissues shoved in her nose so that she wasn't dripping snot. And I know that sounds gross, but you have to feel for her. Like, how bad is that? I texted her. I was like, he said you weren't feeling good. Are you feeling any better, baby? And she's like, barely. Poor thing. I felt so bad for her because it was like literally the first family type holiday. And she wanted to be out with the kids so bad and hang out with her sister-in-law, and her new niece and her nephews. And oh my God. Oh my God. And the poor thing was just, I don't even want to know how she's doing this week. This has got to be horrible for her. Oh. And Shell, honey, I love you. And I'm not making fun of you, baby. I'm not. Seriously, I love you to death. Mostly because, you love them and they need you and you stepped up to the plate. And I love that. But I got to laugh because just the image of you walking around the kitchen trying to make cookies while you're miserable. I've done it. Every mom has. Just to me says that my son picked the right person. He picked a partner this time. Last time, I think he just married because he wanted to have kids. I think that's the whole reason they were together, was because he wanted children and he got one, and found out that he had a child with somebody who's not a mom. Now he's got a partner for himself and a mom for Lily. Love her. I love her to death. When I first met her, that was like one of the first questions I asked her. I said, we could play this game or we could just do this. Do you love my son? She says, yeah. I said, do you love my granddaughter? She's like, oh my God, I love her. She's so precious. And went on and on and on. And I already knew, because I had already spoken to my son. I'd already seen Lily. The changes in Lily in because of this woman. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to grill her a little bit, just because, I'm a mom. But all in all, I couldn't ask for anybody better for my son and for my granddaughter. And I love her to death. And I joke the whole, it's just joking, because she's fantastic. She's fantastical. Okay, here we go. Like, I know my son is 30, but I still see him as a little boy. He's still a little boy. He's my little boy, but he's a little boy. All right, no more crap on that page. This needs something, though, I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know. It needs something, but I'm not sure. Well, that kind of works. See, that doesn't work at all. This kind of works. I don't know. No. Too fluffy. It's supposed to be fluffy. It's a fluffy journal. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. It's getting so honking huge. I don't think the other side is this honking. I may have to go back and put more stuff in it. Okay. Hi, Christine. How are you, sweetheart? Okay, I absolutely want to use this piece on here. I think I'm going to put it here, and we're going to use it as a tuck. So, boy, that did not sound good. I think Huber's starting the laundry. Did you turn a whole bunch of water run? All right, let's see. Here we go. We got stuff. Get out of there. All right, we're going to put that in there. And let's see. I'm out of stuff. I am like 90% out of stuff here. Yes. Yeah, it's going on. I'm putting it on there. Even if it doesn't go, I'm putting it on there, because this is the first piece that I made and I like it. And I want it in this book. I don't care if it doesn't match. I want it in the book. And I got this spot right here where the glue, so I have to kind of. Hi, Michelle. Did you get my text? Building an ark, babe. I have decided I'm building an ark. I'm going to need it. All right. That's 2 sets. Let's get this stuff picked up and let's see if we have time to stitch this puppy in. So let me grab this. Nope, that's not the right one. Where did I do it? Oh, here it is. Okay. I'll go through all this stuff after the live and take out the stuff that I need to keep and get rid of the stuff that I don't. And y'all know what I mean. Now there's some stickers and stuff in here that just managed to put in there. All right, so I got all that in there. Get this up out of the way. Get this all out of the way. That little thing there. Put that in there, why not, right? And just back up there. These in there. Over here. Is there a reason why you have to put your tail on my bed? What are you looking at? You're stalking something. I don't know what it is. Ugh. So they're doing that today? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're on schedule. I'm going to put this in the basket for now. All right, let's take a look. So this is B. This one is A. This is the cover that we have selected. Oh God, here he comes. No, no, I'll poke you in the butt with this pin. Move, come on, move. I'm not poking him, by the way. Go. Go. What are you stalking? He is stalking something. I don't know what he's stalking. Okay, so we're gonna that's about middle. Yeah. I knew you were coming down with something the other day. I knew it. All right, I need some way to transfer these marks because even if I poke a hole, it's not gonna, you know what I mean? It's not gonna work. I need to transfer these marks. Let me see. Crap. I think Shaylee borrowed it. Hold on. Okay, I have this. Let's see if I can get this. All right, let's put the holes in, and then I'm going to go and put dots in, you know, where those holes are onto the fabric. And then I'll be able to stitch this in. See, I don't always think about these things in advance. All right, back to the measuring thing. Take give or take, hold it in, hold it in. Okay. Now let's see if we got those on there. We did. Okay. That's going to be so helpful. Now, this is just this one. Okay, so first things first, we're going to take this out because that's just going to be a pain in the butt. And let's kind of, you know, check placement on stuff to make sure that nothing's catching on anything else. I think this needs to be a little bit higher. Yes, yes, okay. It's not catching there, it's not catching there. Here. I'm going to take this one out as well, only because, you know, all right, that's good there. Okay. So let's find that center. There it is. Bringing this all together. Putting this in. Right there. I'm going to draw my line. There. And here. That's so that the other signature, when I put it in here, is the same, you know, height. And this one is going to go right in here. So what I'm going to do is open this up. I need my thing. Where's my thing? There it is. Okay. Foam thing. Hold. 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 If I had half a brain, I'd have made this template out of, like, oh, you know, tissue paper, you know, so I could pull it apart. All right. Everybody's saying hi to you.
Morning, everyone. Sorry about the noise I'm making. It'll stop momentarily.
All right.
Just trying to rinse out the honey container.
You know what? I think that we need to do this in pink.
What? Did I do that right?
Shush.
Yeah.
Michelle wants a house mouse that cleans.
Everyone wants a house mouse. House mouse wants a house mouse.
Behave yourself or I'm going to put you back in the closet. That's all the pink I have.
Give it a sock. I'm a free house mouse.
Yeah, I guess I did buy you socks, didn't I? Hold on. I'm going to go see if I can find some more pink. I'll be right back.
Didn't think about that, did you? I am a free house mouse.
All right. Sorry about that, ladies. I thought I had some, but I can't find it. Michelle. Michelle says you're Dobby's cousin.
I am.
Who's now a free house mouse.
I am a free house mouse.
So I'm going to look to see if I have any pink in, the stuff I carry at the shop. No, the pink envelope is empty. have enough to do one signature in pink. And I want... Let me see. I have mahogany, I have black, I have oak, smoke, chocolate, dark brown, I have some tan, I have some light brown, I have vanilla, olive, no, dark gray, no, aqua. I do have cream. I have sapphire, I have blonde, no, two yellow. Teal, pink is empty. Purple. I have no green at all. I was hoping maybe to pull up the green. Well, that sucks. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have in here that we could use? All right, we're going to use this one. There's just not enough pink. Sorry. I tried. Honest, I did. I knew you were. I could see it in your face. And then you took a nap? I knew you were getting sick. See how you are? All right, so we're going to stitch through here. And through here. Let's start in the right place there, Elle. We're going to go right into there. Now, this is going to be a little bit more difficult, I think, than how we normally do this, because it's not like we can see the holes, you know? So this may be very frustrating for me to try and do this. See, because now I can't see the hole on this side. I should have, yep, okay. Hold on. All right, we're going to get this out of the way. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. All right, it has to go this way. I don't know how to do this. Straight enough. I had a new in my mouth. I'm sorry. Okay. I think that's about as close to straight as it's going to get. Oh, yeah, that's pretty close. Okay. So now, redraw dots. Why am I doing this upside down? Anybody? Class? Anybody? Remember, we're doing this for newbies too. Why am I doing this upside down? Because on one side it goes one way, and on the other side it goes the other way. Oh, okay, here we go. Find the middle. Turn this puppy over. We're going through here. Through here. What? Oh, we are spot on right there. Okay. I have no idea how to do this. You know, I've never done this before. With this kind of a cover and this kind of a journal. So we're just gonna fake it till we make it. Go in there, thank you. Okay. Pull. Because I want to, yes. No, because I want to have the holes in the right place. And in order to have the holes in the right place, I have to make sure that the journal is, in the right place. Oh no, I have a page out of alignment. I hate when that happens. What am I doing? There. There. Yes, I do. It goes there. And there. Oh, I hate when this happens. No. There. Yes, close enough. For hand grenades and horseshoes. There, okay. Good Lord. I made a mess. Do as I say and not as I do. You should, tag these together. Oh, no. It does not work. All right, we're going to try this again, and I'm going to try and actually clip these together because I am not doing very well here. Yeah, totally got this screwed up. I'm thinking it's this piece right here. Okay. That is where that is supposed to be. All right. Get this all back into alignment. Okay. Here. There. Yes. There. Yes. Where are they? I'm on the struggle bus right now. Hush. Okay. I don't do soft journals. This is probably one of the reasons why I don't. Because what a pain in the butt. I love these paper clips for this, by the way. Okay. Now, we're going to try this again. Yes, we are. So, I am going to be starting a series that is basically going to be all about making a journal. Hold on, I got to move this over because it's right up against the crease. Or I could throw it on the floor. That works too. We're going to build a journal together at some point. I'm getting it started. And I'm thinking it's going to be a live class. Because I think you need to be there to answer questions, you know? All right, that's one. And we're going to come back down through here, go into this one, 2. I'm coming back up through here. Don't ask me, I don't know, I'm just doing this. Back down through there. I just have to figure out what I think is the easiest journal to make. As far as style, because you don't want to do a class with something that's very difficult, you know? Down through here. Oh, you see that? It gave up on me. It went, I quit. Okay, I'm going to say this. This is actually kind of easier than the, you know, the hard ones. Why is this being so easy? Holy crap. Like, you guys have to admit, I mean, once we got, you know, the pages straight, that went in faster than normal. Rose might be onto something here. Holy crap. Okay. This is one.
You need to go outside. Ginger, come on.
I don't want to.
She's laying at the door. Like, oh, look out. Look out, please.
Okay.
Hey, let's go.
That is one. In. Holy crap. Okay. Honey, I sewed in a signature.
Yay!
All right, so that goes there. This goes in here. All right. That's one in. How did that happen, guys?
You're good.
Oh. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm in love with this. Trust me. I'm just saying it was a little easier than I expected. Normally, this is a disaster. waiting to happen. Like, I thought I was going to have a whole day to do this. Nope. We're barely into the hour here. We haven't hit an hour and a half yet. All right. So now we're going to poke holes in the second set. But we've learned. We've learned things. What did we learn? Well, we learned this. First, check our pages. Make sure that nothing's going to rub where it shouldn't rub. That I have everything at the right height. And if you're new and you're watching this back, what I'm talking about when I'm saying rubbing is some of these embellishments are, they come up off the page. So they have a little volume to them. So far, this one doesn't have any. Okay, here we go, like this. If I have a half pocket, I don't want that half pocket to be where it sits right up underneath this, so that every time I go to open that page, I'm either tearing the top of the page or I'm tearing the embellishment. So you want to make sure that your ephemera and your embellishments kind of match. And then at this stage, that, it all sits where you want it to sit and that it all works cohesively. See, now this page is a little bit high. So we'll move it down just a little bit. So it's kind of more balanced top and bottom. I'm going to take that journal card out, though, because it's really big and it's going to get in the way. Right. Yeah, that's good.
Knock it off.
This one's okay. That's good. Let's see this. See how this page sits and there's this piece here? Now, if I sew this in, I want to make sure that it doesn't get like caught underneath here. So that's what I'm talking about. So we're going to move this, adjust it so that it totally covers that. And we're going to check the other side as well, because you never know. And again, we have that same issue up here because this is puffy. And so we just want to make sure that that page doesn't interfere in there in any way. Just check yourself, I know some people are just like, oh, just stitch it in. It's fine. No, you've worked hard to make this a beautiful thing. Don't screw it up. I love me a hard canvas. Oh, I do. I love a hard canvas cover. All right, now that you can put this in, other side, make sure you use the other side. And those lines that I drew earlier, make it so that when I put this together, it's going to be the same height as this one. Oh, see, because I'm smart. SMRT smart. Okay. So now we're going to poke some holes. Bring back this. Open to center. There, center. Pokey thing. Pokey. 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 Why do I use 5? Somebody asked me that. Because it's still not popular. Other people are doing it now, but it's not as popular as, there are still people out there that are going, just use a 3-hole. Don't use a 3-hole, people. You've worked hard. Again, you have worked hard on this item. Do not shortchange yourself and use a 3-hole where everything is going to fall apart. Don't do that. Just don't. I have seen whole journals just fall apart the minute somebody opens it and starts to, and why is it falling apart? Well, it's falling apart because it wasn't sewn together stable to begin with. Because somebody said, oh, no, it's okay. Just use a 3-hole. It's fine. No, it's not. It is not fine. No. Yes, I love doing 3Ds. I don't do them on here, though. I tried one time. to do that, and somebody complained. They were like, "That's not the kind of stuff that you should be doing," and I never did it again. You know what the hell? That was back when I cared. I don't give a crap anymore. I'm old and cuckoo. I don't care anymore. All right, so I'm going to put this in. Nice and straight. This is the best part. I have dots on the other side, so I know which way it's supposed to go. 4 steps. Boom. Shush, it's surgery. All right, we're going to go. Where's that dot? There's the dot. I found the dot. We're going to go up through the dot. Yep. And through paper. Ah, this is so freaking easy. Down through the paper. Into the dot. Out the dot on the other side. Hi, Miss Maury. I haven't done grab bags in a while, Michelle. I'm gonna have to do some. Maybe over the holidays. I don't know. You already know I don't do sales in the holidays. Why? Because I don't think that we should. I think that, I think the holidays should be about family. What about buying craft supplies? It's not just that. I don't know. I think that having a sale over the holidays, for the most part, and I'm not saying this is for everybody, but for the most part, I think that's just kind of greedy. I don't know. There's already enough stuff being sold over the holidays. Now, don't get me wrong. I do put special stuff in the store for the holidays, but I don't do live sales, No live sale. Why? Because you don't need to be here spending your time with me. You need to be spending your time with your family. Whoop. We're down a pin. Yep, we're down. We have lost a paper clip. I can't find the hole. There it is. Okay, that's what he said. Oh. This is too easy. This is too freaking easy. Okay. Oh. Now take this one. Grab the paper. There we go. Down through that one. And through there. Oh my god. Back through here. Okay, that was way too easy. I'm not used to it being easy like that. We'll take that off. We'll take that off. Let's hook this. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, right over left. Left or right. Or whatever. All right, why do I use wax thread? Because when you're tying your knot, the wax actually melts and helps. Look, ladies, we don't lose our minds. I think there just comes a point where we go, you know what? I'm going to just pretend that I don't so that I don't have to. I think that's what it is. We finally get to that point in our lives where we're like, you know what? I'm just going to pretend that I can't or that I don't so that I don't have to. It's the I don't care club. Just don't care anymore. All right. So now we have that in there. Holy crap. I made a soft, foofy journal. But we have to figure out how to put this together. I don't know if I'm going to just, I think I'm going to put something through here, you know, something to come through here. So like a button here or something, and then have like strings to tie this. I don't know. But for now, we're just going to put a rubber band on it. Not that one, this one. I might put another signature in there because I got room. I might put another signature in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Where did number 4 go? I can't lose number 4. I like number 4. He's my favorite clip. Number 4. What did you do with it? I don't even remember where it went. It just popped off. I'll have to find it later. All right. Clippies back in there. I'll put this back up. All right. So we've got this 90% done. I may put another signature into it and then put the closure on it. But, you know, I'll show you guys that when I'm all done. But, you know, I have a bookmark in there. So I may put another signature in just to make this a little thicker, you know, and then maybe put a tie on it. I don't know. Our minds are so full. I told my kids, it's every song I heard growing up taking up the memory. Exactly. It's, you know, you can't remember what you did like 6 months ago, but you can remember every single song lyric. And there's a reason for it. There really is. And if you don't know, the reason for that is because music uses both sides of your brain, right? Uses the creative side and the practical side because you're listening to the words while you're listening to the music. And it's a whole thing. But yeah. But you can't remember that time that your kid broke that vase. Why? Because the vase wasn't really that important to you at that given time. Your child was fine. That was all you cared about. Yep. Your kid is not dying. It's good. I found it. Here's number 4. You were missing. I missed you. Okay. I love these giant things, and they are so expensive, like cost prohibitive. So, like, I have to keep track of them. Keep them in their own drawer. Yeah, it takes up space, you know. There's nothing you can do about it. All righty, let's see. So this is that brand new set of washi that I got. I'm going to put the right piece back in here. Which piece did I take out of it? I believe this one and that one.
I'm coming outside.
I think, yeah, those are the only 2 that I took out of here. Let me check. Yeah, okay. So I got those back in there. I've got to get another washi box. I'm using this one temporarily, but the truth is it's too tall. And so my washi tape doesn't, like, I can sit here and go like this with it and get it all straight and organized. And then as soon as I close the lid and move it to put it over there and I bring it back, it's like all messed up. I got to go and get another one of my washi boxes. You know, these ones. All right. So let's get washi put away. Washi tape, washi tape. I love my little washi tape. Right, what is this? What is this? What is that? I don't know. I don't like it though. What are you doing in my box? You're not supposed to be in there. Your words. I don't put words in my box. No. I put washi tape in my box, not words. Like, yes, words, but not like that kind of word. That's like massive word. Let me put this there. Okay. Put this one over here. You. Oh, look, see, you sit there. One man out. I got one man out here. All right. It's okay. It's okay. We can find him a home. It's not like I don't have a box for it. Look at this. This is going to have plenty of room. Look, watch. It's going to have home. Look, new friends. Hang out with your new friends. Okay. Now, I still have not finished that journal because, and I'll do the final for next Wednesday because I still have to put all the tag toppers on it, and I still have to put the closure on it, and I'm thinking I might put another signature into it and just not, trouble everybody with watching that process. He plays on his guitar, but now I miss some. Trying to eat some so that I can remember what I ate for breakfast, right? That's okay. I'm going to be honest. That's why I eat the same damn thing every day. Every day. 2 eggs scrambled. And I count the ingredients as I pull them out of the refrigerator because I want to make sure that I get everything. I eat 2 eggs scrambled. So I need 2 eggs and cream. So that's 3 items. Then I pull out my drink. That's 4 items. Then I pull out butter or cream cheese, depending upon whether I've decided that I'm having a bagel or an English muffin. That's 4. Then bacon, 5. And fruit, whether it's yogurt or actual fruit, 6. Then I get a paper plate. Then I go get my bagel or my English muffin, and I have to look at the counter to see what I took out. Did you take out butter or did you take out cream cheese? And then I go over. If I have a bagel, I unplug the toaster because I plugged it in to have an English muffin, but now I'm not having an English muffin. I'm having a bagel, so I unplug the toaster. Word to the wise, if you don't know this. Toaster is one of the leading causes of house fires. So unplug the freaking toaster. I said that to somebody one time when they were living here, and they didn't believe me, so they went and Googled it. They thought I was just being a bitch about unplugging the toaster. Mm-hmm. Hi, friend. Oh, I'm so sorry I said that word. Zola, don't say that. Bad. Bad L's. Bad friend. Friend shouldn't say those words. So I eat the same thing every day. 2 eggs scrambled. 3 slices of bacon, which, by the way, I cut into small pieces so that I think I'm getting more. 3 slices of bacon, 2 eggs scrambled, and either an English muffin or a bagel with butter or cream cheese. And I eat some fruit with a drink. That is what I eat every single morning. So if you ask me what I had for breakfast, I can get it about 95% right because I may not remember if I had an English muffin or a bagel, but I know I had eggs, bacon, and bread and fruit. Oh, good. She's sadomasochistic. It's not a word she should know. Two muffins and a Coke Zero. See, if you have something every day, then you're okay. Also, I can't tell you if I had Coke, Fresca, or orange soda for breakfast because I don't remember that part. Whatever's in the bottle, I pour it in the glass. Ooh, I have to write this down. Okay, I did that one. It was 10:15. Give or take. Bread, more bread. See, that's the thing. I can't have the bread because of my blood sugar. I've got to watch my blood sugar. Because I am trying to manage my blood sugar without taking medication because medication almost killed me. And although I do not have type 2 diabetes at the moment, I kind of teeter right on the, so I keep track of those things. And it's hard when I travel because I have to figure out what I can eat. For the most part, I stay in hotels that have microwaves and refrigerators. And I go to Walmart and I get like those, like the meat, the cooked meat, that comes with like gravy and it's like a roasted, like I don't do the meatloaf one, but like the pulled pork or the beef tips or something like that, because that keeps me within my limit. And I have a limit, a number of carbs that I can eat. So I can have that. And I get those like the little naans that come in the container, I get the little naans because that I can use to sop up the gravy, and they're lower in carbs than bread. And then like all of my carbs go on like my potato, whether I get a baked or mashed potatoes in those little containers of mashed potatoes. And I'll only eat like half of one of those. So that I can all microwave and I can eat a semi-normal meal, because anything that's fast food, the carbs are through the roof. So yeah, like last time I went to go see Janie, and I had Bug with me. We got up in the morning, we were like breakfast because we were both starving, and we looked at all the available stuff, and he goes, "Okay, well, can you eat?" Because my grandkids are aware of it, and I was like, "Well, I know I can eat this from Jack in the Box. Can you find something there?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I can find something there." So we went. I get their little breakfast sandwich, which has got bacon and eggs, and well, it's an English muffin, but not on an English muffin. An egg McMuffin, but not on the English muffin. It's like a little roll, and it has ham and like an egg and cheese, and it's not that little. It's it's about size of a quarter pounder kind of roll, and it's on and it's pretty decent. It's actually 2 eggs and a slice of ham, and 1 slice of cheese. And if you ask, because I don't like yellow processed American cheese food, so if you ask, they will put Swiss on it. And I've checked. If you open it up, it's got holes in it. It's Swiss. It's not the Swiss cheese food, but I've asked to have it done with Swiss, and they'll do it with Swiss, which allows me to have cheese on there. So I get one of those, and he got whatever the heck he got. He got some kind of burrito thing. But tortillas are killer. They are just a killer. They are so high in carbs that it's redonkulous. Like totally redonkulous. Yes, I saw you eating bread the other night, but I wasn't going to say anything, but you gave half of it to Jesse. And then you just ate the, yeah. Okay. No, you know what? Here's the thing. As far as people stressing you out, does it directly affect you? Like at the end of the day, is this something that is going to make or break you? No, let it go. That's it. Most of it doesn't affect you. They have issues, let them have their issues. Now the other one. Oh, hold on. Okay. I found these because I love Mexican food. I love burritos. I love Mexican tacos. I love soft tacos. I love street tacos. I love Mexican food. And so I found these because if you eat beans, rice, and tortillas, your carb load is so high, it's ridiculous. So I found these. They are called carb counters. And there's actually, Mission has a brand too. But this one is La Banderita. But 2 grams net carbs per serving. Only 60 calories. Extra virgin olive oil, no sucralose or aspartame. So, flour tortillas, and they have a corn variety too, which is very hard. The carbs are higher on the corn variety because it's corn, and corn is sugar. But these, and I'll be honest, I don't see any difference. I've used them. They have the small taco size. I get those. Happy anniversary, Miss Jamie. So they do make them in the street taco size, that are like that big. I get those to make tacos, and I get the big ones to make burritos. And the carbs are so much lower on them. And I know I've checked it. I've eaten a regular, like burrito I've made at home on regular tortilla. Checked my sugar, it's through the roof. Eat on those, same burrito, my sugar's not so bad. Yeah, family's good at it, Michelle. Yes, stuff is expensive. And if it's healthy, it's because... You okay?
Yeah.
You gonna die?
Eventually.
Okay. It takes less of a food to make crap than it does to sell you that healthy food. So, and an example of that would be like canned corn. Now, canned corn is like, it's only like 3/4 of an ear of corn. And a lot of juice. Now, I don't know if you've checked on this.
Yeah.
But corn doesn't have that kind of juice in it. So, they can get 2 cans out of 3 ears of corn or sell you 3 ears of corn. So you're going to pay the same amount plus for the privilege of shucking your own corn. Hi, baby. Y'all see those little feet? He's after this little bite of bagel I have left. Michelle, it's from his CPAP. His throat gets really dried out from the CPAP at night. And then when he gets up, like everything drains. So this is his morning.
Yay. Sometimes.
Yeah, he's breathing. He's making noise.
As long as I keep coughing, I'm good.
It's just the CPAP dries him out. And then when he stands up, because there's water in that CPAP, when he stands up and moves around and he doesn't have the air pressure anymore, like all of the liquid that was in his head all comes down. Yeah. And there's things you can, this is a go to Walmart, pick up Ore-Ida potatoes, like the steak fries. Read all of the ingredients. Then pick up the same steak fries in the Walmart brand because, they're not going to do all that extra crap. And it's potatoes. That's it. But like Ore-Ida puts them through a salt bath in order to keep them from turning brown. And they put in preservatives. And then there's stuff that they put in the potatoes themselves to bulk them up. And no, he's fine, honey.
Dying a slow and painful death.
So, just look at what you buy. Seriously. And I'll be honest, because they don't have the same budget, a lot of times the smaller, like plain wrap or store brands actually have less ingredients than the national brands, because the national brands, they can afford to put more stuff in there. And so their stuff lasts longer, but there's more chemicals in it. There's a lot of stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of stuff here in the United States that we eat on the regular, that we consume on the regular, that is like outlawed in other countries. Just outright outlawed. You can't get it. Why? Because it's crap. It's crap. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not hard to eat healthy. It is expensive. You're not getting my bagel, mister. No. It is expensive. But, like in the UK, we go shopping in the UK, we shop for like maybe 2 days. So yes, it's an ongoing process and it's a pain in the butt, but we don't have much more space than that. But that means we use what we buy. The US is extremely wasteful when it comes to food. But that's okay. You want to pay for it? Pay for it. Also, in the United States, people are going to charge what the public is willing to pay for it. And most of the public here is like sheep. They're just like, okay, yeah, we'll pay $6 for that.
Do you need to go outside?
And that's sad. All right, you get down. No, get down.
You don't need to go outside? Okay.
Go.
Reading it.
Get down. All right, ladies, send wood. I'm going to have to build an ark soon. I will pick Janie up on the way. Yeah. In most of Europe, the refrigerators are much smaller. Much smaller.
like motel sized.
Get down. No, get down. Oh, you're a pain in the butt. All right, so listen, if you are new here and you haven't done so already, subscribe. If I haven't offended you, hang around, I will. I offend everybody. Tonight, we're going to be doing, tonight we have a project we're going to be doing, and I'm going to be using these plastic rings and some lace, butcher's twine, and some ribbon. But if you don't have those, you can use the metal binder clip rings. Yeah, we can use those. So you can sew this one, but it doesn't come out the same. It's not the same. So I'm going to go and try and see if I can cut some of these open, because you have to cut them open. And they're a pain in the butt to cut open because they're plastic and they're very thick. And it's like, ah! But I have, a thing to do it with. So I will do that. And we're going to be doing that. It's a Christmas ornament. We're going to make Christmas ornaments. What else? Anything else you can think of? Can you think of anything else? What? Oh, okay. Yeah. If you want to know what's going on in my world, you can go either here on the YouTube channel or over on my Facebook group, and you can get a copy of all of my upcoming videos, free classes, things like that. And what else? Yeah, if you want to cyber stalk me, excuse me, just go down to the description, click on more. It's going to give you my email address, my Facebook group, my Etsy shop, my Instagram. It gives you everything. You can literally cyber stalk me. Michelle does it all the time. All right, guys, that's it. Until I see you again, stay warm, stay inside so you don't drown, and stay well, my friends. I love you guys. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. You gonna say bye-bye? No bye-byes? No bye-byes? Okay. We're going bye-bye. Bye.